Hello and welcome to the latest episode of The Route, our school bus fleet content series. I'm Wes Platt, Executive Editor. Thank you for watching. You can follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, but definitely subscribe to our School Bus Fleet YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm wearing my traveling hat for this episode. Since the last episode, I traveled to Arizona for School Bus Fleet Connects, and if you didn't make it this year, I sure hope you'll come see us in 2024. I'll give a link for you to let us know you're interested in attending in the details of this video. And after I finish recording this, I'm set to travel for the next 2 weeks, first to Columbus, Ohio, for the annual meeting of the National Association for Pupil Transportation, and then off to Washington, D.C. for the annual conference of the National Association for State Directors of Pupil Transportation Services, or NASDPS. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you know I lost this hat on my way home from Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, but the TSA reunited me with it, which I'm very grateful for. I'm optimistic that travel brain won't strike again. I'll let you know next episode, and hopefully all goes well. Okay, let's get rolling. Our first stop is Washington, D.C., and the headquarters of the Environmental Protection Agency, which recently announced a new round of rebates for school districts looking to add zero-emission school buses to their fleets. You've got until 4 p.m. Eastern on January 31st, 2024 to apply. New this year, private contractor fleets are eligible to apply for school bus funding. Also, school districts that last year didn't qualify for prioritization status because taken as a whole, they didn't fall under the poverty threshold, can now self-certify as prioritized if sub-districts or individual schools within the district would qualify. The new rebate program also includes an exception to the requirement that a new bus must serve a school district for at least 5 years, just in case a private bus fleet's contract ends, and the bus then should go on to serve a similarly prioritized district. Who's eligible to apply? Well, public and charter school districts that can buy, lease, license, or contract school bus services, as well as third parties, and those include nonprofit school transportation associations, original equipment manufacturers, and contractor fleets. Who's prioritized? Well, that would be school districts listed in the Small Area Income and Poverty Estimates, SAIPE school district estimates for 2021, with at least 20% of students living in poverty. Title I school districts and charter school districts that aren't listed in the SAIPE dataset, and districts that self-certify as having schools or sub-districts meeting the poverty threshold, school districts in U.S. territories, rural school districts, and Bureau of Indian Affairs funded school districts. What kind of buses can be replaced? Well, model year 2010 and older diesel-powered school buses with a gross vehicle weight rating of at least 10,001 pounds that are operational at the time of application submission and are actively serving a school district at least 3 days a week on average during the 2022-23 school year. For more information, check out our coverage on schoolbusfleet.com. I'll post a link to the article in the details of this video. While we're in DC, let's stop by the Federal Communications Commission, which approved E-rate funding for use with Wi-Fi technology on school buses on October 19th after a year of delays and partisan backlash. Hundreds of school districts use financial support provided by the Emergency Connectivity Fund to equip school buses with Wi-Fi connections so that students can take care of homework during their ride. But that program sunsets in June 2024. According to the FCC, making E-rate funds available can ensure that the millions of students caught in the homework gap can more fully engage in their learning. That gap comes from the fact that 16 million students live in homes without a broadband connection at a time when teachers more and more assign homework that requires access to broadband outside the classroom. And that's according to Jessica Rosenworcel, FCC chairwoman. Detractors of the plan argued that Wi-Fi on the bus would increase children's access to risky and potentially harmful social media apps. So what do you think? Is Wi-Fi on the bus too risky, or is it vital for kids who don't have this technology at home? Let me know in the comments. Next stop, Wall Township, New Jersey, where transportation provider Student Transportation of America promoted Gene Kolozewski to President and Chief Operating Officer. Before that, he was COO for STA's North American operations. Said Patrick Vaughn, CEO of STA. Since joining STA in 2009, his appreciation of the family culture at our operating locations and his caring approach to our employees have helped build a strong foundation for our incredible success. I am confident Gene will build upon his success in this new position and lead STA to continued growth. For his part, Kolozewski said he's excited for what the future holds, working with, as he put it, some of the most talented and dedicated members of the student transportation industry. And our last stop is Sacramento, California, where Governor Gavin Newsom signed into law Assembly Bill 579, which calls for all of California's new school bus purchases or leases to be zero emission after 2035, similar to what was enacted in New York. Signing this bill demonstrates our state's commitment to maintaining a healthy environment for our children through improved air quality, Newsom wrote to the California State Assembly in a letter on October 8th. California is steadfast in supporting a smooth and successful transition to zero emissions vehicles, including school buses. The bill authorizes local education agencies to request a one-time extension of up to 5 years if making the transition to zero-emission school buses isn't immediately feasible due to both terrain and route constraints. The bill also allows extensions for frontier school districts through January 1st, 2045, if certain conditions are met. Said Newsom, as the bill's January 1st, 2035 implementation date approaches, I strongly encourage future legislatures and administrations to monitor zero-emission school bus technology improvements to ensure these vehicles meet the range needs of school districts and are affordably priced. How do you feel about mandates like this one and the one enacted in New York? Let me know in the comments. Okay, time to park the bus for now. I've got it packed for my Ohio trip. Wish me luck. Remember to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way, you never miss an episode. Check the details of this video for links to related content on the School Bus Fleet website. Check out our magazine in digital and print formats. Thank you for watching. Drive safely, and see you next time on the route.